Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. We have made it to season 4. Thank you to everybody who's been rocking with us.
Yep.
I think we're at 358 subscribers on YouTube. We're fucking happy about that. Thank you.
Just you. We've been working for those.
Yes, yeah, Dean, appreciate you, bro. Always just keeping us rolling, man. Fucking appreciate you. But before we go all crazy, we have to welcome our guest for season 4, episode 1.
Big
Sergio, you're back.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you back. We got a lot to talk about today. And a new guest, first podcast we just found out.
First
Bilal,
one.
AKA at Exit the Matrix. If you follow me and Ernesto in the podcast, you for sure follow him. You for sure see what he's been posting. So we're excited to have him in. It's his first time coming on and talking about it. So yeah, man.
Thank you guys.
Hey, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
For surviving this crazy year and a half.
Thank you.
That says a lot to be able to stick around, especially having a studio space like this.
Yeah.
A year and a half going through that government lockdown because that was crazy and not a lot of people survived.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Guys. It's been a hustle for sure.
Gotta grind it out, man.
Yeah, but we're here. We're here now and excited to be.
We have a lot of topics we want to go over today. Obviously, we have both you sitting here.
Yeah.
Sergio, you've been using your page a lot.
Yep.
To spread awareness regarding the lockdown and kind of our government's policies and guidelines and restrictions, kind of in a comedic way in times as well. What made you want to kind of start doing that and put it out there? I mean, you have a huge network. You have a great following.
That's exactly why I wanted to use my platform because I do have a large network, and I have a few small businesses, and I saw a lot of small businesses deteriorate over the last year and a half. A lot of businesses, our city in itself has been decimated. A lot of businesses, restaurants, retail. Nightlife, hospitality, they've all really had a challenging time. And, I was really getting sick and tired of seeing our media promote one side of what was going on and not the other side or the side that, we gravitate towards too. And I thought it was important to use my platform and encourage other people to use their platforms as well. Because for the most part, a lot of people were just silent throughout the whole lockdown. I didn't understand why, because everything was being taken from us. So that was the main reason I wanted to use my platform. And sometimes it's good to be a little comedic. It's good to be light too, because this was a very serious time. And a lot of people lost their livelihoods. A lot of people lost their lives.
Yep.
And, it's good to share facts. And it's good to educate people as well. Myself, I was able to educate myself throughout the lockdown as well and learn new things and do a little bit more investigating. And that's what it's there for. That knowledge is there for everyone. The internet is for everyone, dig deep and see what's really going on.
Yeah. 100%.
And even now, that things start to trickle open and you see restaurants open and nightclubs open and retail open, this isn't over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is
just a little bit of what would you call it?
Just a snack.
A little bit of a little snack to keep us cool throughout the summer, because the government knows that. Listen, people are going to go buck wild in the summer anyways. Let them have their shine.
Yeah.
So like I said, even though things are open now, it's still very important to use your platforms and spread facts and spread knowledge. Some days you're going to be right, some days you might be wrong, but that being said, still use your platform.
Yeah. Which is what I like, and exactly, some days you might be right, some days you might be wrong, but I think the key is that you're still making an effort to use your platform.
Absolutely.
You won't be right 100% of the time. You might share things that later down the line get the facts get looked at, and maybe it wasn't right or whatnot, but
keep the conversation going. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Promote the conversation.
You're not wrong for having a conversation. I don't know anything about science. I'm not a scientist. But what I do know is our government handled this lockdown wrong. It could have been handled better.
Facts.
While keeping the most vulnerable safe.
And Bilal, I want to. Sorry, I want to just switch over to you for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe introduce yourself, your account.
Yeah.
Because, like you and Sergio, both your accounts have really, I guess, propelled in the sense that people, dude, I see both of your posts being shared by so many different people. Again, because you're bringing the conversation, you're putting shit out there. So maybe just introduce yourself, your account and whatnot.
So my name is Blowall, for anybody that doesn't know. I actually started this page, I think it was last May. It was actually my personal account first. And what ended up happening was, obviously, first few weeks, everybody thought this shit was like super serious,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
And 2-3 weeks in, stuff didn't start making sense to me.
Yeah.
And I just started researching. And guys, you guys gotta understand, I didn't know anything about the Illuminati, the governments, nothing, man. I was minding my own business, working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we had the 2 weeks off. I was just smoking some weed, chilling, you know what I mean? And then somebody sent me some documentaries. And like, I watched one documentary, I think it was like Out of Shadows at the time.
Okay.
And right away, the illusion of the mainstream media just cracked. Yeah. And I went down a spiral, right? And that spiral was like a mixture of things I already had known, spiritual background, family, friends, experiences, right? And obviously being a black sheep for as long as I had, like nothing made sense to me after watching that. Yeah. So then I trickled down this path, and at one point it just started feeling like it came too natural to me. Mm-hmm. My brother, same thing. So we just started posting, and then we lost friends, we lost, people who didn't want to talk to us. And this is like
family too.
I'm sure. What I mean? Of course, right? And it just made it worse in the beginning, right? And I had to live through that through the summer, right? And a lot of people, you're conspiracy. I'm like, you know what I mean? I took it for what it was at the time, but I knew 100% which way this was trickling down. Yeah. And here we are, going into another lockdown possibly now, with vaccine passports being talked about and this and that. And obviously there's a whole lot more, but that's, people got to realize that this is just the start point.
Yes.
This is just the start. Yeah. Right? The germs is what's going to transition us to everything else. Yeah.
Which is something we talk about all the time. Yeah. Like we've been having this conversation with, even before we got on camera, what do we think? Is there another lockdown coming for Toronto? And it fucking looks like it.
That's the thing.
Looks like
that's the thing, guys. We're locked down now.
Yeah.
It's still locked down.
Yeah.
And once again, people think that just because we were given this little appetizer of freedom, that we're free, but we're not.
Yeah.
Think about the restrictions that we have right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can't travel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You come
have
back.
to, if I want to go to a restaurant, I have to be with a table of 6.
Yeah.
You give your information.
You got to give the information out too. Yeah.
You get vaccinated, you get double vaxxed, you still have to wear a mask.
Just do everything the same. Everything's the same.
Nothing really changed. And I think that's
nothing changed.
The one thing that we keep saying and I keep preaching is, the people have lost trust in the government because everything is so wishy-washy. One day it's this, the next day it's this. Guys do this, everyone does that. Oh no, wait, that's not enough anymore. Now we need this, now we need that, right? So I agree. We're kind of at a point where, I'm even wrong in saying that we're free and going. We're locked down now.
I was at the gym yesterday. No word of a lie. I was at the gym yesterday, and these 2 beautiful girls were working out in shape, incredible looking girls, great physiques, and they were doing their squats, and they were laughing and joking and talking and just really excited being back and working on themselves and being around one another. Mm-hmm. And a gentleman walked up to them, wearing a mask.
Oh no.
And said, "Can you 2 girls keep it down? Don't you know that we're still in a pandemic?"
What?
In the gym. What is working out just because they were laughing and joking and not being socially distanced while working out. This guy had the audacity of approaching 2 strangers and telling them to keep it down. And knock it off because we're in a pandemic.
Well, this is something we even spoke about too. It gives people this type of authority that they feel they have that they never had before. So they're like, oh, now I have this power. I'm going to use it.
Yes.
I'm just going to go tell those people to shut up. Tell those people put on a mask.
Why are you having fun? Why are you enjoying living again?
They like company.
Yeah.
They want that company.
Of course.
And a lot of people that are defending this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's not many people that I like enjoying going out and stuff that are defending it anymore. Of course. Everybody around me is like, they're done with it.
As time goes on, more people are starting to wake up to what's going on. So, okay, you both use your pages a lot. How's the feedback been for both of you? Has there been people that reach out and say, you know what, thank you for this? Or has there been people that reach out and say, fuck you for this? You know, because like there's probably both. There's probably the hate and the love, but would love to hear about that.
Well, when I first started sharing my platform, I even doubted myself at times because I knew some people didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, maybe I'm out of line here. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And every time I doubted myself, I would get a DM. And I would open that DM and it would be from whether it be a man or a woman saying, thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for using my platform. I am a small business owner. I don't have a platform.
Yeah.
I don't have many followers. If I post something,
No one's going to see
nobody
it.
likes it.
Yeah.
Maybe my pet cat. So thank you for using this and being our voice. And I wish more people would step up and use their voice and use their platforms during this horrific time. So whenever I received words of encouragement like that, I built more confidence, and I said to myself, you know what,
keep going.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck it. Yeah.
Of course.
fuck it.
Yeah. 100%. That's how it's been. If I speak for myself, it's been the same way.
Yeah.
I started off by posting it, and I started very early. Like from the beginning, which is probably bad. I really wasn't scared of this thing when we didn't know anything.
Same.
I actually did shrooms, like as soon as this happened. Crazy enough, like right in March, and like if you've done shrooms, you'll understand.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't, fine. But
The awakening.
it's almost like an awakening. You start to you can almost dig deeper into your thoughts and really start to break things down. And so I didn't believe it to the full extent. I thought that there were that maybe the government and whatever, there were certain ulterior motives, and not all of them matched up to where we are now.
Yeah.
But I still was very I don't know, this doesn't make sense in some way, right? And so I was very vocal very early on about it, and like I got killed online, online.
Bro.
Happens to the
Followers,
best of them.
friends, everyone gone, whatever. But I've noticed that as time has gone on, and now I'm pretty much, I'd say almost 100% positivity to all my posts about whatever our situation, vaccines, lockdowns, this that. Like it's pretty positive, and so that gives me hope that people are sort of waking up to what's happening, especially when you look across the world like this. Ernesto and I, we were in Miami not too long ago, Mexico, a couple weeks ago. And it's normal life. It's normal life, and it's normal life in the sense that, listen, people are still there wearing masks and whatever, but it's by choice. Like, no one's asking you to put one on. No, you want to wear one, you wear one. You do what you want.
There's no bad energy though
There's
either.
no bad
no bad
energy. That's
energy.
what
You
it
know
is.
what I mean?
They've
They've
energy.
adapted.
They've
Like here,
adapted.
you walk in a store and you're just like, someone staring at me
You
not
get
wearing a
shamed,
mask
or
right now. Like,
like they'll come at you. I remember I had an incident in
fucked.
Quebec.
Yeah.
And I, like this was a while back, and this is in the beginning, and I was still, I think I had a mask, and I think I probably put it even halfway down. And I remember one guy came up to me, and he was just like, put up your mask, came up behind me, and I'm like,
what the fuck?
I looked at him, right? And in that moment, like I had a few friends with me and my family, so I didn't make a scene. I put it up, and the second I walked back, I put it down again.
Yeah.
I kid you not, after 20 minutes of walking around the grocery store, this guy was following around, still trying to check if I had it up or not. And I'm like, the people and the amount of energy that people are giving out, right? You realize they're covering their own like shit, their insecurities and all that stuff just to take command over the situation because they have the government's help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I could do this to you, I could say this to you, and it's like they're trying to take their power back through the government.
It's what we say. It's usually people that have never had any type of power in their life. They'll use anything. Pull your mask up. Put your mask on. You need to get a vaccine. Like, they're using this as any type of opportunity to assert power. They never really had this power in their life, right? And I think that's where there's kind of that divide. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But what it is good to see is that, like, people like us that are all sharing our opinions, right or wrong, whatever. I mean, opinion can't really be wrong, but sharing our stuff, that we're seeing some positivity, some people waking up to it. I just wonder when we're going to start seeing, people with massive influence start to speak up, right? Because, and I had this conversation a couple days ago with a buddy of mine, until you start seeing whatever, I hate saying this name, but the Kim Kardashians of the world and these people with massive influences start speaking up, it's going to be hard to reach the masses. Like there's only so much that we'll call us little guys and whatever, maybe we are, maybe we aren't. There's only so much I feel like us little guys can reach. We're trying our best, but when are the big people going to start?
Well, it's that's part of the issue too. You talk about the Kim Kardashians of the world, right? And no hate towards her, but her life probably hasn't been affected.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people's lives have benefited through the pandemic and through the lockdowns. Including our government, including Doug Ford.
Uncle Doug.
He's benefited big time. Same with Tory. So it's going to be very challenging to see people with massive influences speak up, because once again, it's easy for them to hop on a private jet,
just leave
and have a private villa and just have a private shopping experience.
There you go.
Their lives have not been affected. They've benefited.
It's true.
So,
well, okay. What did you see that you were like, what the fuck is going on?
What was
the one thing you saw?
For me, it was, to be honest with you, the second I had told you that mainstream media narrative broke in my head, the first thing I started looking into was just to see what this agenda was about, right? And I started looking at some documentaries and stuff, and then I started looking at it. I'm like, wow, these people have been talking about, whether it be Rockefeller, whether it be all your presidents in the past, have been talking about this new world order for 20, 30 years. Right, and the implementation of mandated vaccinations has been talked about, conspiracy theory or not, right? So I trickled down that road, and then I'm looking at how the narrative starts off, how it's going into places in China, and how it's branching out. The second that restaurant thing happened, when they're telling people 6 feet virus, 3 feet no virus with
Standing,
their mouth,
sitting,
you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, out of the park for me. Already, bro. Like, you don't got to think too much about it. You know what I mean? Another thing is biohazard bins for your mask. Where are they?
They're nowhere.
Nowhere. Right. So.
And probably gonna be hard to summarize it, but what are your thoughts? What do you think is the plan here? Like, what do you think is the big picture? Because when I try and have this conversation with people, I get shut down in the sense where they go, if you think the world, like all the world leaders are conspiring together to do something, you must be crazy. And I go, I go, listen, I don't think it's that crazy. People are selfish by nature. Back to what Sergio said, Kim Kardashian's not going to post and care about these, the lockdowns and all this shit, because show up on her private jet and go. So if something is going to benefit you, especially when you've gotten to that point, to get to that point anyways, you must have done some shady shit to get there. Now that you're there, right? How hard is it to reach out to all of the heads of these countries and say, guys, let's conspire together? So anyways, what is your thoughts on that?
The way that I see everything, right? There's two things that people have to pay attention to. Number one is globalization. Right? Centralized government. That is the end goal, whether people want to look into that or have looked into it or not. And number two is disconnecting us from source, which is life, love, God, whatever your belief is or not, right? But it's being able to connect to source. If you look at everything today, what do you see? Increased amounts of distractions, social medias, unlimited amount of genders. You have all these things happening and being pushed from a young age to children. Right? That's part of it. That's to mix up the pot and make you not think straight, right? And that's the best way to divide and conquer, when you keep on pushing that. And if you guys have realized in this pandemic, how much stuff like that have we seen, where it's so absurd and so out of pocket, right? That you are literally talking about it nonstop. People are talking about it, right? And that's the one step. Now, the other thing is germs. You brought the concept of germs, so now everything is going touchless. You have Uber Eats coming in, DoorDash coming in. All of a sudden, people need to go to these delivery places, right? You had non-essential items, right? Didn't make sense to anybody, but people followed along with it. Now, if they have non-essential items, where do you think people are going to shop? One-day delivery. Amazon. Right? So they're getting people used to that in the first year and a half. Used to the mask, used to their social distancing, used to all these little measures, because they're not permanent yet. They're just conditioning you to get used to it. Now, the thing is that people look at it, you got to pay attention. Canada, USA, Australia, UK, Europe. Human rights, right? A lot of people come to these countries with human rights. Now, if you look at them, our narratives have been pretty spot on to exactly the same, especially with the UK. In the United States, you have a split between the red states and the blue states.
Yep.
Blue states are very liberal,
Yep.
a lot like Ontario. So if you look at California, New York, Ontario,
Yep.
almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening is they're using each state, each province based off of their population,
Okay.
right? Ontario is a very liberal state, liberal province, sorry.
Yeah.
Huge amounts of immigrants, right?
Yeah.
And I'm an immigrant. My parents come from an immigrant family. I work, my industry that I work in, I deal with immigrants firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is this narrative working, you ask? Last 20, 30 years, our parents, hands-on workers, grinding,
Yeah.
working, busting their asses off. First generation, us.
Yeah.
Majority of these people, what were they doing? Going to university, going to school, with the pressure of their parents, working. Now, all these guys are head down in the books, right? Parents are all working. Now you got a big, huge amount of immigrants coming here.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Grinding, surviving.
Yeah.
The life here is already way better for a lot of these people than what it is back home.
Of course.
They don't give a shit
Yeah.
about what's going on.
Yeah.
They're just happy to be.
They're
happy to be here.
You know
Yeah.
how many people I know in my industry that are just getting double vaxxed because work? They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had one guy reject a COVID test to get and he's like, I'd rather get the vax.
Wow.
Yeah,
Straight to the vax.
Straight. They don't know any better. And
Yeah.
that's why we're getting taken over. And then the people who spent 20, 30 years in university from these first generation, second generation families, they're not looking up because they spent 20, 30 years
Yeah.
getting to where they are now. So
Yeah.
do they want to backtrack? Do they want to step out of line? They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why Ontario is, and a lot of these blue states, right, they're really bad. We had 2 million people march the streets in London 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Where's that here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Right? It's not here because everybody's stuck in their own bubbles, communities, right? And that's
Yeah.
the thing. As big of a
Very
city
true.
as we are,
Yeah.
people, they don't have that flow to just mingle with other people and get information. That's why majority of the people in Toronto and Ontario are living under their rocks.
Yeah,
Where are they
that's
getting
true.
their information from?
Yeah.
I got 20 friends overseas that are like traveling or had been traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you see them enjoying everything. And it's like, I've been watching that for 12 months.
Mhm.
Do these people not see what's going on in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we,
You know?
we say it all the time.
Like,
Just open your eyes, look across the border, even at places like
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, whatever, who have stadiums of 90,000 people, and like Sergio said, we got 6 people at a table, or else
You gotta be
or
from
else-
the same household,
or else
too.
you might kill somebody. What are you talking about? And you know, initially it was the whole vaccine thing. They're way more vaxxed than us. We're caught up, man.
80%?
We're caught up, especially in Ontario.
So why are we behind in that sense then? Like, why does it feel like the lockdown here has been longer than? Because when you have these conversations, let's say now you're talking globally, right? These are global conspiracies,
Yeah.
we'll say, right? They're gonna say, yeah, but it's just Canada's super locked down, just Ontario's super locked down. So why isn't, let's say, somewhere else locked down, right? It's like, how do you explain that?
the people.
Yeah, it's just the
Comes
people,
down to
that the
people.
population
We have no
itself.
pushback here.
You
Yeah.
think Texas, who would win? Like, I'm just talking Texas compared to Ontario. Let's just put it out
yeah,
there.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Come on, guys. It's,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You
that's
can't
what it
compare.
is.
Well, at the
You
beginning,
can't
people were
compare.
just saying, "Oh, well, Texas,
We
Florida, well,
haven't
those people
seen
are
any action.
crazy. They're wild. They're
Delinquents.
Yeah.
delinquents." So that's why they're still open. And it's just like, okay, how long is that excuse gonna last?
Yeah.
What about the Delta? What do you think of the Delta?
Well, technically, I should have the Delta right now. Right? Like,
So-
Delta, the Lambda.
So is that? Do you believe that's something that just to kind of keep this lockdown ongoing and keep, I guess, the fear mongering?
Yeah, because regardless, if you guys pay attention, any politician, any of these guys have not talked about anything after September.
Yeah.
Nothing. Everything's about September. So what
Yeah.
are they doing? They're luring people in. They're giving mixed narratives. Federal government is saying possibility of passports. Ford is saying no passports. Tory is saying passports.
Before it's saying no passports now, and I'm just like,
But then the week later, his health ministers are saying passports. So what
Yeah.
they're doing is they're giving you the illusion of choice because it's summertime. People are enjoying people are talking.
Yeah.
If you tell them right now no vaccine passports, it's cool. They're going into the fall with an ease of mind.
Of course.
You say vaccine passports mid-July with
Yeah.
the whole summer to go.
of course, no.
Yeah, good luck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're just trying to milk it. They're trying to get as many people to come and take it. And then as soon as, whether we hit 90%, 100%, it doesn't matter. September time comes, these guys are going to come back with the new narrative that the unvaxxed, because everybody's mingling now and going out,
Yeah.
new variants.
But that's what it's changing. It's become. First, we were against the virus. Then we were against the cases. Now it's just the unvaxxed. That's the issue.
There's division. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even about the virus.
It's
They're
all
just saying it's the
division.
unvaxxed people that are this or that or that
It's
or
all
that.
division.
Yeah. I'm glad some people are seeing that.
And
though.
it's now the government has the people working against the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas before
exactly.
it was the people versus the government.
Mm-hmm. They made
They don't
people
want
feel
that.
like
Yeah,
they're.
they don't
They
want
made
Now
people
they
feel
don't
like,
even have to say anything. Now you have people
Just
getting mad at other people.
Yeah.
Have you been vaxxed?
Yeah.
Did you get vaxxed twice?
Yeah,
What do you think about
I-
that? What do you think about asking people?
I hate that question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
ever ask me that question. Please don't ever ask me that question. I spoke to a friend yesterday who actually got vaxxed.
Yeah.
And their friend asked them, have you been vaxxed?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yes, I've been vaxxed.
Yeah.
Did you get double vaxxed? He goes, not yet. And he canceled the dinner on him.
come
oh
on.
my goodness.
Because he wasn't double
His
vaxxed.
friend
Come on.
canceled this dinner. They had this
Yeah.
dinner planned
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
haven't seen each other in months.
Yeah.
Said, I can't have dinner with you
That's no
until
logic.
you're
There's no
double
logic there,
vaxxed.
bro.
And
Yeah.
the guy's like, so now you have this guy who is pro-vax, both of them pro-vax.
Yeah.
But the other guy didn't
Had
get the
double.
second jab
Yeah.
soon enough. So this guy canceled the dinner on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to deal with some shit like some.
You
It's
know?
division
Yeah, it's
at
division,
its
man.
finest. It's
So-
division
Yeah.
at its finest.
It's just funny.
I don't like when those questions are being asked just because it creates more division and
We never
that's-
asked them
it's,
before.
It's your
We never
personal
asked these
Never.
choices
it's your
before.
personal choice, man.
Everything,
you know?
man. It's just.
John Tory was out the other day. He was at a patio and he
Oh,
got.
that was
and he-
great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank you.
That
I
was
thought it was
good.
the best.
He's just chilling there, like.
I thought it was
with
the
his
best thing ever.
Hogwarts scarf. I don't know what he was
Oh.
wearing. But
with his side piece.
I thought it was
Oh.
great.
was
I thought
that?
it was great. I thought it was great. I went in there. I think Real Toronto News
was 6
posted it
Live or
first.
something.
6 Live
Yeah.
posted. Real Toronto News had it first, and I went in there and I was just like, I think I commented like, my guy pulled up and spoke nothing but facts or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just started getting blasted. And I'm like, listen, if you're the mayor of Toronto, expect that.
Yeah.
You
Live
go
with
out-
your decisions,
Yeah,
though,
live with
yeah.
your decisions. Like you made a decision.
You're not loved.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're not loved.
But if you're in that type of political position, be ready for people on the street to come up and say what they're going to say to you.
Exactly.
Like that, you have to expect it. You're a political figure. People are like, oh, that's so rude. He's
Let
at
him
dinner.
live.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at dinner of a restaurant that he made shut down for fucking 18 months, 16 months, whatever.
Yeah. Now
Dude,
he's
people
enjoying
got
the patio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Must
and look
be
at
nice.
the people defending him.
yeah.
Oh my God, the
There you
email.
go.
The
There you
email.
go.
Yeah.
I was like, I heard that and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is why.
Yeah.
Texas, Ontario. Do you remember? Same
Yeah.
comparison. Just think about it.
Yeah.
If that was in Texas, what do you think would happen?
Oh.
You'd have like maybe 20 people chime in on it.
Yeah. To
He'd
blast
be
him.
shot. He would have got shot.
Yeah.
That was in Texas.
No, that was a great video though. I loved it. And
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? If
Saw it
you're
over
a
his
political
face.
figure, it's
They need to feel the heat.
They
They have to.
exactly. They have not felt enough heat
They're hiding.
for their decisions. Again, right or wrong, no one's had an opportunity to speak to these guys face to face.
There's a lot of things they haven't even answered over the past 2 years.
No, and they won't.
They decide what to answer at the end
They
of the
won't.
day. Right?
So they get their own reporters there to ask the questions to somebody's, and I'm just like, I want to
They
ask
get
the
their own
question. Like,
reporters.
I'm like,
Yeah,
can
they
I
get
get
their own
ask a
reporters. They know the
question?
questions that they're
Yeah.
gonna ask. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's all good. But I think the media has taken a turn for the worst. I think a lot of people are losing all their faith in the media right now.
The media is trash.
And
whenever
they're-
you
it's
done.
throw on
They're-
any of these media outlets, they're regurgitating the same information over and over and
Yeah.
over again. How can you believe this?
And then the censorship bill comes in, which I don't know, is that passed? Is that fully passed yet?
The C10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that C10. From my understanding, it had been passed, but
It's on pause or some shit.
like from the last time I checked, it was passing or passed. So far, my account is good. So,
So-
I don't know.
so now
if somebody
if you
knocks
go
on my door
against-
soon, like I'll let you guys know.
Now you say one thing against the media's narrative and you're censored.
Yeah, like it's my account's like ridiculously censored right now.
Yeah.
Nobody could tag me. Nobody could search me.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean, man, here's bad. But even the states, even what's happening, just in general, but even the Fauci stuff when he came out with the email leaks, right? That's just like, how do you trust that guy now?
yeah, you can't.
Yeah, but
He's changing his mind every 2 to
Yeah.
3 weeks, right? And these people that are watching him daily, like there's people that just sit down, watch CNN 10 hours a day, and then they'll just say everything they just heard for the last 10 hours.
You can't trust any of them.
Yeah. You would again, obviously maybe a lot of people haven't seen videos like this, but it's like you said, where media outlets, not even in the same province or state or country, media outlets across the world are saying word for word the exact same things. Like I'm talking like they're all reading the exact same script, word for fucking word. Like doesn't that scare people? And like you don't have to do much research to see that there's like 6 corporations that own all of the world media, or at least media in North America.
Look at Disney. Disney took out everybody.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Marvel, like they have. You go on Disney Plus right now, it has everything.
Yeah.
How is it? Is it good?
It's okay. I watched Star Wars like a while ago, and that's it.
Yeah, when you see private organizations own the media outlets, you have to think that there is some sort of agenda, like, or at least the fact that they can push what they want. There's no one who can push back and say, no, hold on, you can't say that.
No.
Who's going to tell them that?
No.
And people have been conditioned to see the news as like, this is like what we have to follow. What is said on this channel, what is said on this Instagram account, you know, CP24, CNN, Fox, this, that, like, this is what it is.
It's
so
the unlearning.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
And
for
if the
people.
media ever focuses on someone who does oppose what they're talking about, they usually pick someone who might be a little extreme.
Chris Guy. Classic.
Perfect example.
And
They were so happy about that. They're like, look at this guy.
And they make a guy, you know, like that our leader.
Yeah.
When in
He's the
actuality,
leader.
There's
you know,
so
he's not.
many.
He's just speaking his opinion, doing his thing. That doesn't mean I agree with him. That doesn't mean he agrees or you guys agree with him.
Yeah.
But it's like, why aren't they focusing on anyone else?
Yeah.
They
Why
just
aren't
like
they
the
letting
labels.
anyone
They
else?
like the labels.
Why aren't they letting anybody else speak?
I think with the labels, it's you don't have to think too much.
You
Just
know?
call this person an anti-vaxxer, and you know all about this person now.
Why have
you don't have
they
to think
picked
about
one
it.
person to speak for us? That's what doesn't make any sense to me.
It's sad because with Chris Guy, he was very loud and obnoxious. The way he had a correct message in my eyes most of the time.
Yeah.
But because the way he spoke and the way he was just this jacked, tatted, they put him in a
neck
position where we can make this guy look like a bad guy right now, right? And
That's
then
right.
to label everyone else, you believe in one thing that Chris Guy said out of the 100, you must be with him.
Yeah.
You're with
That's
him
right.
labeled anti-vaxxer,
But
anti-mask.
there's so many other people speaking out, and the media will never
They'll give him a chance.
focus on them.
They won't
And
give
the
him a
only reason
chance.
they gave Chris Guy a chance because he was so loud about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He wasn't being soft about it at all.
He can sell a story.
Yeah.
He looks great on the evening news.
Yeah,
he
People
does.
can look at him. They can laugh at him.
Well, that's what they wanted, right?
And,
And now, how many of the things he said are coming to light, or have
That's
already
right.
come to light?
Everything. Basically.
Really, it's what I would say, you know, right message, wrong guy. And exactly like you're saying, Sergio, there's so many people who are saying similar things to him, who are well spoken, well dressed, you know, who could probably get on the news, get on a media outlet, and actually maybe sway some opinions, or at least get people thinking.
But they'll never focus
They'll
on those
never give them a
individuals.
chance. They'll never give them a chance. And so that's why it's like the media back in the day was when outlets were more independent, it was let's tell the story, you know, this happened. You decide what you want to think about it.
Yeah.
We're just here to tell you what happened. Now
We'll
the
tell
media,
you why it happened, how it happened,
what
when.
you should think about it, why you should think this about it, and
And
that's-
we'll even tell you who thinks the other way, so you know about those bad people too.
yeah.
During this whole lockdown, I've never seen one media outlet interview a small business owner
Thank
or
you.
give
Oh,
them
no.
airtime
Why
would they?
to discuss how they've coped with the government lockdown. They've never focused on that once.
Yeah.
And I think that's horrible. All they do is regurgitate the same
They
information
make him look like the bad guy.
about variants and cases going up and long-term care homes. You know, like it's always the same information.
Yes. Yeah. It's so true.
I saw
it's so
something
true.
yesterday. It was like, it's just obviously the vax narrative is getting pushed like no tomorrow. But
Of course.
yesterday on CP24, or was it yesterday or today? Sorry, today. Pfizer Fridays.
Pfizer Fridays.
I think they called it Pfizer Fridays. I was
It's a
so
weekly, good weekly.
I could not believe what I heard. Me and my brother were like, "What the fuck is going on, bro?"
Well, there's even the I'm a Pfizer girl and a Pfizer bro.
Yeah, they have songs now about it.
Come on.
You know,
You can get
AstraZeneca. I heard that one too. I was dying. AstraZeneca.
AstraZeneca.
Jesus Christ.
You know,
Holy
you
fuck.
can get a free donut.
Yeah.
You can get a free burger.
Lap
You can
dance,
get a
lap
free
dance.
milkshake.
Yeah.
You can
Chicago.
get free soft serve ice cream in Nathan Phillips Square. You don't even need your parents' permission.
Yeah. Nice.
Get
Remember, you guys remember how they were luring in the children too, right? The 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the ice cream trucks, and
Yeah.
you come in, and you can't even get your ears pierced without your
Fucking
parental
sketch.
consent
Yeah.
yet.
We can get a vax though.
Non-FDA approved experimental vax. Go ahead.
And I want to talk about the vaccine a little bit. I'm not anti-vax. I'm just pro-choice. You do what you want. That's my opinion. Exactly. You want to get it. You don't. But I posted on my Instagram. But one thing I keep I see a lot of accounts like yours, and I'm posting it, whatever. The people who are vaccinated, right? They're pretty much the vaccine gets you at a percentage lower than dying from the flu. So like if you're vaccinated against COVID, you have a lower percentage of dying from COVID than you do from the flu. Like lower than the flu shot can get you from the flu. So if you have that now, right? Like what is your scare if somebody is not vaccinated? Like that's what I'm still trying to understand. Like you've got your protection, right?
I think it's a media thing too.
The narrative.
I think it's a media thing too, because there's probably vaccinated people out there that don't agree with that. Many.
No, but the science is there.
But then the media comes on and says, "Oh, vaccinated people don't want to hang out with unvaccinated people," and now vaccinated people are like, "Yo, wait, should I be hanging out with unvaccinated people?"
It's media garbage, in my opinion.
There's people for sure that think that way.
And I'll be very honest. I think a lot of people, probably about 80-90% of the people that got vaccinated, probably didn't even want to get vaccinated.
No,
but they did it to get on with life,
Yep.
to move on, to travel, to work. They did what they had to do. But I don't think anybody was actually excited about getting vaccinated.
I see some people, so you'd be surprised.
Well, the 10%, you know. But you know, the media, it's the media. They keep creating this division. You know, I read online yesterday how they did a survey in Ontario. That 50% of the people that are been vaccinated don't want to hang out with people that have been unvaccinated. And I'm thinking to myself, I did not receive this survey. And I asked, and I know a lot of people. No one received that survey. Where in Ontario did they ask these people?
But they're coming up with these. Like even, there's a bunch of them all the time. They're coming up with 40% of people this, 30%. Where are you getting these surveys from?
Lies.
You ever get a survey, guys?
I've never received a survey in the year and a half lockdown. I have not received a survey.
And I bet you don't know anybody that has.
No, I don't.
No.
And if we're gonna go that route and talk about numbers that the media is posting, there, for example, like whatever, I was watching something when we were in Miami, and it was like Toronto or whatever. They showed in cases on Ontario are like they're only at 300 cases a day, but 96 of those cases are from 6 months ago.
Last year.
So hold on a second. Why the fuck are we saying 300 cases today in Ontario when 96 of them are from 6 months ago? And that's something that they have been doing throughout this whole pandemic. So why are we adding cases from 6 months ago?
Are you guys on Twitter?
Of course.
Do you guys follow Golden Pup?
No.
So Golden Pup gives you stats every day.
So I'm gonna go check it right now.
So check out Golden Pup, and I'm gonna read you the stats from today.
Please, because I don't get how they can say the daily stats.
Legit.
Oh, that page. I think I have seen that page.
Okay, here we go. This was posted 3 hours ago.
Nice.
Ontario is reporting 192 cases of COVID-19 today. 17%, 32 of the cases began over a week ago. 9 of the cases are over 4 weeks old. A lot of database cleanups today. They are still editing cases as back as January 29, 2020.
What?
Listen to this.
Wow.
What?
That's a long time.
147 more cases are now listed as resolved. There are 30 active cases whose original test dates back over 4 weeks. 92 cases were newly attributed to outbreaks, the majority occurring in Toronto. Ontario will also report 1 new death with COVID today. However, there were 2 deaths added. An older one from Thunder Bay was removed, making the net total 1. Based on the age distribution of the cases reported today and using their case fatality rates from Wave 3, 99% of the cases announced today would be expected to survive.
When has the news ever told you that?
They will never. The regional top 3 cases reported today: Toronto 43, Peel 25, York Region 18th. The 7-day average is now 160, up 6% from 1 week ago, down 21% from 2 weeks ago. The slight trend upward continues. I remain unconcerned.
So there you
It's
go.
craziness.
The goal of
gotta
these
think about
tweets is
the
to
right
provide context and point out on a daily data provided by the Ontario government.
These guys are gonna get
it's-
shadow banned in like 2
You
seconds.
should follow this guy. His name's Golden Pup, and
it's a good page.
Yeah, like,
it's a great page.
so 99% of the cases are expected to recover. When the fuck has the news ever
They
told
never
you
will.
that this many people are expected to recover?
They never.
You never hear
Never.
the positive side of these
Never.
cases, of these, there's no positive to death, but more of a background story on any of the deaths that happen. It's just deaths,
That's
numbers of
vaccines,
cases,
masks.
vaccines, masks.
Well, and the scary part is, you're down now. You're down to these hundreds.
Yeah.
Under 200, and it's going to get lower and lower. And they're stating that come September, October, they're going to go back up. Once it gets a
Yeah.
little cooler, people
Sure.
are going
Isn't
to
that
start getting
flu
sick
season,
again,
Yeah.
and they're going to go up to 1,000 again.
Yeah. They're already
And once
planning
they
it.
go up
They're
to
already
1,000 again,
They're already gonna tell you how many cases are gonna be in September.
once they go up to 1,000 again, it's all going to be left in
Yeah.
Doug Ford's hands on what to do.
That's
And-
brutal.
And you guys got to remember, guys, contact tracing, the concept of contact tracing is only the places where people meet up, social gatherings, but not grocery stores or corporate stores at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
course.
Right?
Yeah.
You
Why
got
would they?
thousands of people going into these big stores,
Costco.
right? Touching fruits, doing everything, right? Nothing wrong
Yeah.
there. The reason they're doing specifically clubs, restaurants, they backtrack it, right? So one
Yeah.
person got COVID from a restaurant. Now they call everybody at the table. Okay, you have COVID, come get tested.
Outbreak.
Boom.
Yeah.
Outbreak.
There was an outbreak.
Restaurants
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And positive, negative doesn't matter. It's a case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, though, how many people actually put the real information? Because every single person that I know has given John Smith.
I'm gonna put Sergio next time.
You know what? I
Fake phone numbers,
I actually
like-
want them to call me now.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
actually
wow,
want
you
them
know,
to
first
call
guy.
me. But first, I was always like giving them my false information. I'm actually gonna send it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, I want somebody to call me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
deal
was
with
gonna
this.
say, everybody I know, I don't know anybody that's given real information. So like, even from that standpoint,
feel
but
that.
I
Oh my
agree with you. I never
gosh.
thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Just cook them. Cook
know-
them on the call.
no, but I never thought about it that way. Like, why isn't there contact tracing at Costco? Where it's 5,000 people in the same
Because
store?
Costco's safe, bro.
True, I didn't
Safe,
think about
bro.
that.
Come on,
My
yeah.
what do you mean?
factories, Amazon factories. You remember
Well, they've
that?
had outbreaks
Yeah.
too. and they're-
Thousands
Yeah.
going in and out. And trust me, I'm from this industry. I
Yeah.
see how much health and safety goes on. And it's
Yeah.
like,
So the 2030 agenda.
Yeah.
What's the saying? You will be happy. You will own nothing.
You'll
That's
own
what they
nothing,
say.
you'll be happy.
exactly.
So
And
what stage are we in right now in this
right now we're at the germs phase and transitioning into giving up our
freedom?
medical freedoms, right? And
Nice.
that's the number one stage. And Ontario government has talked about digital ID from last year,
Yeah.
right? So your digital ID, the whole goal is to slowly bring in the license, your Ontario, and then eventually they'll trickle down with your medical status, right? But that's just the beginning. The whole purpose of this is to transition with the concept of germs, divide the population. Well, remember, disconnect us from source, right?
Yeah.
Confuse the population further, divide us further, and they're coming in full throttle.
Yeah.
Whether it be the stuff in Cuba, whether it be the stuff in Israel and Palestine, doesn't matter. Sexes, LGBTQ, whatever community, everything they're doing right now, it's coming at such a high rate.
Yeah.
It's meant to divide.
Yeah.
And the next step they're gonna do, and I don't know, like climate change, has been a thing for
Of course.
years now, right?
Yeah.
But if you guys ever look at some of these talks from early back until the Kennedy era, even to early 90s, and they were talking about climate change even then.
Yeah.
But they talked about it with the New World Order.
Yeah.
Right? So if you look at where we are right now, I'll give you, Agenda 2030, right? I'm just going to read this for you guys.
Yeah,
So these
please.
are the 17 things that they have planned over the next 10 years.
Amazing.
No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, meaning their education,
Yep.
gender equality, right? And I want to touch base into this. So gender equality and touching into this, right? It's a very sensitive topic, very
course.
much is. And I have friends from the community as well. But pushing a lot of the stuff that they're doing today on children, you are asking for trouble, especially when you have so many conservative families coming to the West, right? So this is a strategic attack to be doing this onto children, conditioning from a young age, creating households within the family. And the more division aspects that you add on children from a young age, you are asking for the next 20 years, 10, 20 years to be a disaster.
You're breeding a generation
right?
of disasters.
And right now, what's happening with these masks and stuff, little kids are not looking at their parents' faces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 2-3 years, and if they set these masks up for the next 3-4 years, which they have variants coming, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the psychological effect of these children. They're going to be scared of their shadows 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road. No interaction skills whatsoever. Yep. So all this stuff with online classes and this and that, they're not doing it to help you.
Yeah.
They're trying to just destroy everything that we have already.
Yeah.
And this city, I'm born and raised in Toronto, man. There's a lot of stuff I was proud about.
Yeah.
This past year and a half, man, just to see how, everything just crumbled. But it's just shitty to see. But I'm going to go back to this quickly. Clean water and sanitation, number 6. Affordable and clean energy, number 7. Sorry. Affordable and clean energy, number 7. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Number 10, reduced inequalities. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Okay. I'll get to that one. And number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. Number 14, life below water. Number 15, life on land. Number 16, peace and justice, strong institutions. And number 17, partnership for the goals.
Sounds like a perfect world, yeah?
Right? Perfect world. But surface level, it looks amazing. Sustainable development, they're trying to help us. This, on surface level, is them trying to tell you that all governments are going to work together to make sure we reach this goal.
Yeah.
And another way, they're telling you we are a one world government. And it starts off with COVID, germs, transitioning into international travel, vaccine passports, then eventually trickling down to more variants, more vaccines. You get an update every time you need a vaccine, right? It's like a Pentium 4 upgrade. You know what I mean?
Like the iPhone.
Yeah, you just keep on upgrading.
You're just an iPhone after.
And then when you get conditioned to that state where you have a lot of this stuff embedded digitally, what are we building right now? Smart cities, right?
Yes.
Everybody's getting into cities. Everything is getting integrated in these condos. Slowly, you're going to have more cars having more digital surveillance. They're getting to that slowly, right? And that's the whole purpose. They're doing this, and then eventually they're going to bring in the whole climate change narrative. Bring in, okay, we're going green, which is great. Go green. Go do all this stuff to help the climate. But don't do more of this stuff and then cover it up with it's our health and safety.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is they use 4 things. They use terrorism, they use climate, they use viruses, and potentially aliens maybe in the future. 4 things that are not in our sight. You could use the MSM, push it towards us at any point in time, and be like, boom, this is it.
This is what's happening.
And everybody's going to believe it. And if you're stuck in your little bubbles and don't know what's going on outside of that, you'll believe everything they say. And here we are 14, 15 months later.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
I actually want to bring up one point you made with the children and all that stuff and whatever. They're spewing so much information at us, but information that's dividing people. So it's so they do the whole Cancel Canada Day, the Indigenous thing. So they do the whole gender equality. So they do the whole LGBTQ. So they do the whole race thing. So they do the whole Cuba communism. So they do the whole vax, anti-vax. So it's every new thing that happens every other month or every month it's not, again, the news is not just telling you something. They're giving you the information in a way where then you're starting to fight people around you. Be and now it's all about, well, what are your views and what are your views? And if we don't match views, don't even fucking sit at a table with me, dude. Where we've even lost the concept of just being able to converse. And at the end of the day, maybe we agree on some things and maybe we don't, but we can still sit and have a drink together.
Exactly.
And everything's good. It's identity politics, right? And that's the whole thing where it's we'll use Trump. Trump's a perfect example. Trump had a million policies. If you say that you liked one Trump policy,
you get bashed.
You're racist, homophobic, anti-vaxxer, anti-mask, da-da-da. What happened to people being able to just have different opinions on different things?
Yeah.
Why are
He was a bigger version of Chris Sky.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Same thing.
There you go.
They have their guy. This is the guy.
Yeah.
Let's use this guy. He doesn't agree with us.
Yep.
Let's make him the villain.
Yeah, exactly. And now if you even think one of the 100 things he said was right or you agree with it, And it could have been anything. It could have been about raising taxes. It could have been
favorite
about
color. Could have been his favorite color.
Could have been his fucking favorite color. All of a sudden, you're racist, homophobic, anti-vax. That's not how the world works. Why?
Jasmeet Singh too. Remember this one?
Yeah.
Oh, that one was
Red
great.
wing, right wing.
Read that headline. Read the headline.
Jasmeet Singh says there's a link between anti-maskers and far-right extremists.
Right.
Says who? Says
There's
who?
a link.
What link?
Where's the link?
And
He said there's a link.
and
Some sort of link.
they're using this
That's
to their
craziness,
advantage.
man.
They're using this to their advantage right now because I'm not like, obviously we're all free human beings here right now. A lot of the people that are on the forefronts, and I'm in the truth community, so there's a lot of Caucasian guys on the front lines,
Yeah.
right? They know this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They know this, and
Yeah.
that's what they're using to their advantage.
course.
They're using the Aboriginals. They're using the narratives with the right-wing extremists. They're using these people, and they're trying to take all these mixed cultures and just go against Caucasian people now, right? And they're dragging this narrative around, and it's like, come on,
All
guys.
these narratives just came
Come on,
these
guys.
past 2
Like, you
years.
know what I mean? I'm
Finally, look,
Everything.
you're a brown dude and you just said that. Thank you.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
I
a
have to say
fucking
it. I have to say it.
conversation I've been trying to have. I'm like,
Don't worry.
there's such an attack on Caucasian men.
Yeah, bro. It's
There's
like
such an attack on Caucasian
That's
men.
just because you're a Caucasian man.
Yeah,
You're saying
sure,
that.
of course. It's if you're a white male, you are like the devil, and I can't understand that. I cannot.
Yo, what
understand
are they
that.
teaching in the U.S. now? Critical race theory, it's called?
they got so much stuff going on, man. It's like
Some shit they're teaching the kids there.
They're trying to teach
They're
them.
trying to
the
teach them
roots.
that white people are born with this
Born
privilege.
evil. We're born
Yeah.
evil. We're born with a privilege. Look, here's what I'll say about all that.
That's crazy.
If you go back to the dawn of time, every culture, every race, every skin color has had a bad moment in history where they've done something wrong. If you trace back forever, right? At the end of the day, history is there for us to learn from. We can't go back canceling people from 2,000 years ago. You know, we're they're canceling white people and then because of slavery, which was completely wrong, right?
Yeah.
Let's move past it now, because if we keep going back, if we go back 1,000 years, we might find a point in time where people with dark skin color we're doing the same thing, or we're doing very bad things, like. But we're not going to go back and cancel people from 2,000 years ago. The same way we can't cancel people from 100 years ago. We learn from history. We don't erase it. We learn from it and we move forward to be better.
Erase it and move forward.
And it's just like, but again,
I feel like they're trying to erase the history.
well, they are, man.
They're
Like,
trying to do everything.
we're changing Dundas Street. Okay,
Yeah, what do you
it's
guys
costing.
think of
It's
that?
costing. It's
What are they
costing the
calling it
city
now?
That's 6 mil.
6
No,
million.
I think more now. Now they said it's more.
Well,
I
last
like
time
the
I
name.
heard, Dundas Street is being changed because
No, it's confirmed.
What,
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Explain to me what Dundas did again.
he was a.
Tell me.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was his last name, whatever. He was a slave owner.
Okay,
at
so
some
you know
point.
what? Get rid of the guy.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That
it
doesn't,
doesn't
bother
bother
me.
me.
That doesn't bother me. It's the money spent.
You know, he was probably an asshole anyways.
For sure.
So let's get rid of him. And I'm not attached to that name.
Yeah,
I'm
neither
not
am I.
attached to that street.
No, for me, it's the principle. It's like, out of all the things we're doing right now, we're worried about
Yeah,
changing
like-
Dundas Street
Sure.
for $10 million of taxpayer money.
That makes no sense when you can be
Not
helping out
what's-
the people in
like,
the
you
tents.
You guys saw the homeless
Thank
just getting
you.
evicted. Well, 2
Thank
days
you.
ago, yesterday.
Yeah, I have
That's
a
6
problem.
million you could have done over
I have
there.
a problem with that.
It's,
Yeah.
for
And
me,
you
it's not
s-
the message behind it at
and
all.
you
It's
s-
more
and-
just like, that's what we're worried about right
And
now.
I posted something yesterday, actually,
Yeah.
about the people in the tent. And
Like, what could $10 million going towards changing Dundas Street have done for those people?
so the city of Toronto says the decision to dismantle homeless encampments at Lamport Stadium Park was not influenced by the planned film shoot nearby.
I saw you post
That's
that.
brutal, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
The day the tents came down,
Yep.
the film crews came in.
Yeah, same day.
And they got
And I
beat,
worked with
man.
film crews, and there's a lot of money behind movies and television shows.
Of course.
That's brutal what they were doing, man.
You know, and those people, they
That was at Lamport Stadium?
it happened at
What's
Lamport
happening now,
Stadium.
it's
It happened
Bellwoods
at
and-
Alexandria Park. It happened at Trinity Bellwoods. You know, these people need homes. And
Yeah,
what they
people
did was
moving up to my
horrible.
area, man.
So now, Serge, you're spending $10 million to take down a Dundas sign, and you have homeless people all over the streets.
Kind
Just,
of.
So it's like,
let me ask you
I
a question.
understand the
Why
whole-
does it cost $10 million to switch the name?
Because now you're changing all the businesses, all the addresses on that
Oh, wow.
street, everything.
There's legal money. It's
No,
like,
but I listen.
I'll go up and I'll put the sign out.
100%. But the cost is the cost, Serge. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
don't
Like,
call it Tory Street.
yeah.
So
Agreed.
my
No,
whole thing is
Doesn't
like,
work Boulevard.
the messaging behind that is fine. Like if you're trying to fight for something that happened in the
Absolutely.
past, for
if
sure.
this guy was a slave owner, let's get rid of him.
But
Get
let's
rid of
use
them
our
all.
logic too, because we could have used that money and that power,
Yeah.
that effort to do something for now, the present, that can help the future.
Absolutely.
That's really gonna make a change.
Well, cancel culture is at an
But then I'm
all-time
going to say
high.
that I'm
Yeah.
racist now.
Well, you are.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but
Like,
again, it's
it could have been
I
anyone.
agree.
It could have been an Italian slave master, and I would say, don't change the fucking name.
Yeah.
Use the money it's going to cost you again, and how it costs 10 million I don't know for sure, but that what I write was
Do
6
you have a link?
6 million. What
there
I-
a link?
6
what I-
million for
Is there a
sure.
survey?
What I, yeah, did they send a survey out? No, whatever. Even if I read 6 million the first time, maybe that's changed, but $6 million. There's so many things a city could do with $6 million. Even if so you know they're getting rid of him because he was a slave owner and whatnot. Wouldn't the black community benefit from $6 million injected into black small business, black education, all that stuff, rather than changing a street sign?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The message is right, but the action is wrong.
Yeah.
It's the wrong action.
Because they're dragging people with that narrative, right? It's not about
It's not even
black
about
people. It's
Yeah.
about this guy was a slave owner.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So they change it.
Mike.
But the thing is that you have that much money going towards. You could have just helped the community that was oppressed in
That's
that
my
situation,
point.
right?
Maybe
That's what I'm
it's
trying
the
to say.
government's way of showing that they've done something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
but
Look at us.
Always.
But-
We
look at
changed the name.
Yeah.
that 100%. It's to win votes back. It's to again to
Meanwhile, the guy, what year did Dundas die?
Oh, fuck. So it's going to cost between 5 and 6.3 million.
There you go. Yeah, let's I gotta see
When did
this.
Dundas die?
Like
I'm gonna check that right now.
just insane. Robert Dundas. Yeah, let's see that. I'm actually curious.
1819.
1819.
So
you know,
200 years ago.
The guy's long gone.
Yeah,
He's gone.
I don't think anybody saw.
I don't even
looked
think
at
we
Dundas. I
knew.
didn't even know. I didn't even know.
I didn't
was-
know either.
I didn't know that. So, how much better would the news headline have been? Instead of changing Dundas and spending 6.3 billion, the city decided to donate 6.3 million dollars to the black community.
And Serge, where do you stop then? If you say, okay, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna
Yeah.
rename Dundas. Where do you stop?
next?
Yeah,
Who's next? King, Queen?
There's so many.
listen, the Queen's definitely behind all of this. Listen, we
You
know
start
the
off
Queen.
with the top first. You know what I mean?
The
I would
Queen's
like.
definitely behind all of
Ryerson,
this.
they're trying to change the name now at Ryerson. They obviously demolished the statue out there, right? But
They're all
like, there's
gonna. They're all
there's
gonna.
better things we can be doing out here
With the money.
to represent your culture, to
But you
represent
know
anything
what?
you believe in. Like,
Who are we to say?
of course, I mean, at the end of the day, but I'm a taxpayer, so I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
have a right.
stupid.
You
Yeah.
have a right.
Right?
You have
I'd
a right.
prefer my money. Yeah, even 6.3 million dollars. Do you know how many fucking houses, apartments we could have built for the homeless people that lost their tents, that were just thrown to nothing?
That's what I don't understand.
there you go. There's
Why were these homeless people? Why were these people in the parks to begin with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You let them.
yeah.
Let me ask a question.
they let them. Yeah,
You let
never
them
thought of it
camp
like that.
out all winter
Yeah.
in the fucking freezing cold. Do
Yeah.
you know how cold winter
true.
was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Okay, but in summer, let's get them out of there.
Yeah.
The kids need the parks back.
because the park's the only place you can go now.
Okay,
That's the only place they let you go now.
we need the parks back. Why didn't they get these people or try to help these people in the winter when they were fucking freezing?
Yeah, yeah. Why not try to
didn't
get them
they
into
se- Why
homes
did they
then?
set up homes then?
You were stopping that guy from building shelters too.
I remember that. I remember
saw
that.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just two
was
plus
building some
two, guys.
legit
People just need to
structures, too.
see
But they
like
were
for what
concerned.
it is.
They were concerned about the safety of the homeless people that
Yeah.
the little homes could catch on fire.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're in like a
Meanwhile,
fucking
they're
tent.
freezing in a tent.
Yeah, exactly. And then there you go. It further goes back to the same thing of that all actions are done for the headline and not actually done out of real purpose and real care and real
Yeah, they're
love.
not. I don't think the government's being genuine when they
At
do
all.
those things, right? Like,
100%.
like them renaming the
Guys.
street. I don't think it's because they actually care.
Guys,
No, they don't care.
Look at us. We're not fucking rocket scientists sitting around this table, okay? We all know that $6.3 million is better spent other places than changing a street sign.
Yeah.
We all know that
I think
doesn't.
Sergio's just shocked that it costs that much.
You're still thinking about it, eh?
I was too. I was like, yo, that's. Then I realized you have to change every business address, all these things, whatever. I don't know. I just think there's bigger fish to fry out there.
Yeah.
But it's just about. I think even that whole thing with them removing the homeless people. I think that was all just.
Why did this guy get a sign in the first place? Why did this slave owner get a sign in the first place?
Yeah. Well, you look back and you say you look back and you say at a time.
How are we gonna judge that time?
That's the only thing. That
But it trickles into so many people. Who are the people that voted this guy?
Could have been government at that time, right? Which trickles down.
And that's the thing, right? It's like you're gonna address the person, but what about the people who made the sign at the time? Like you could go down this trail and just keep on canceling
the
people
person
out,
who approved it.
Right?
The person that worked for the
and I
city
get
that
what he's
approved
saying.
it at
It's
that
like you
time,
can't
right?
just cancel everyone. You could go down.
You
there's
can find a reason
thousands
to
of
cancel
people,
everyone from the
thousands of
past.
people, man. You could cancel me for so many reasons, God. Like,
and that's the thing I'm saying, right? It's like, where do you stop with the canceling? Where's it like, okay, now we're done.
It's never gonna.
We're done
it's
canceling
never,
now.
It's never gonna stop.
No.
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah. So I think we're just gonna change all the street signs to numbers, 29th Street, 24th Street, whatever.
I think
there'll be something else after that.
I think though, guys, like we are at a brink point though with all this shit happening. I know Ontario is just a little slower, but if you guys look at globally, the pushback is crazy on this stuff, right? They would have, if they planned this 30, 40 years back in the day, right? And this narrative's been going around for a long time. You could go back into movies from the 60s and they were talking about this exact phase. And you witness how everything is happening, how everything is. They did not expect that the weapons of internet, like the internet would be our own weapon.
Yeah.
I don't think they expected that 30, 40 years back in the day. So right now we're just killing them at their own game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of time and it's just patience. And I feel like this time around when we get to the fall time, I feel like there's a lot of people, man, who're not going to want to take the booster shot and all these extra shots, bro. They don't see no green light.
Well, because many of the people got jabbed.
Yeah.
They got jabbed twice.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you know what? I did it.
Now they
but
expect
I don't want
it
any more.
Yeah.
But they can't even do anything different.
They can't.
With that
And you know
double
the
jab.
amount of guys, I didn't even like, in my industry, like I had plants get shut down.
Yeah.
Because everybody after the second dose got sick for like 4 days, 5 days, right? And they're not telling us.
Wow.
And there's a lot of stuff going on, and you know employers are getting cutbacks too right now. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that the government's not putting it out there.
Yeah,
but people are getting so much money for each administered. You know what I mean?
Free shot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think venues are going to implement something like this where you have to be vaccinated to enter?
Venues, what kind of venues?
Big venues. maybe.
Bigger ones, even small, even some
don't
smaller
know.
ones.
I don't know.
Time.
This is what I think. I think that they're gonna do whatever it fucking takes to stay open, and if their hands are tied because they run off their liquor license, and you get any tick against your liquor license, your business is done, right?
cooked.
Alcohol is where you make your money. So if the government comes in and says to all of them, this is what you have to do,
Yeah.
they're not gonna fight back, and they lose their livelihood. So they're, you know, at one point I hate it. I say, fuck, I wish you guys pushed back, but at the same time, it's like.
These businesses have gone through so much already.
Exactly.
They've suffered so much. And
Exactly.
and even now, you know, we see these patios open, these street patios open. Like people think that these businesses are thriving. They're not.
Yeah.
No,
We're just
it's
recovering right
50,
now. Everybody's
40%
everybody's in recovery mode right now.
They're paying their debt.
And they're
Yeah.
looking at the fall and looking at these narratives like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And
People have lost a year and a half of their lives.
Yeah.
Serge, you've been out a lot. Like, how have people been? Like, have you feel like they've been scared, or now they're just like, they're fucking like, let's go?
So I'm out almost every night now,
Yeah.
and people are having a great time.
Love that.
People are living life. They're enjoying themselves. Like I said, people have been locked up for a year and a half. So it's really important that all of us, you know, get into a gym, work on yourself, get your health up, dress up at night, dress up during the day, go out,
yourself
look
feel
good,
better.
feel good about yourself, start networking with people again, start socializing, you know, start hugging again, start having fun, live life,
People
live
need
it every day, because we've been locked up for a year and a half and that wasn't the real world. Get out there.
Start hugging again.
You know the
That was my
amount-
favorite one.
Hug, man.
We need human interaction.
Yeah, get out
we
there,
need
man.
touch. We
Give someone a
need
real
that.
handshake.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Conversations, man.
Like, just get out there and feel good about yourself again. I think a lot of people took things for granted, you know, and it's important once again just to get out there and be part of the community, be a leader.
And so for you guys now, let's be hypothetical. Let's say we're headed towards another lockdown in the fall. You know, again, restaurants, venues, stuff like that. That's all locked down. We can't do that type of stuff anymore. What's the play for you guys? Like, what's the play in terms of like your messaging? How would you plan to use your platform if you see that coming again, or if we see that happen again?
Well, I think you have to prepare people, and I think now is the time to start preparing people.
Yeah.
Get out there, use your platforms, start educating people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just get these conversations going and get the knowledge out there. It's so important for all of us, big or small. Use your platforms, get the discussions going, and don't wait for something bad to happen.
Yeah.
You know, do it now.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm one of those people that I have a strong belief that this shit will not stick.
Yeah.
I have a strong belief in that, and my thing is that there's already so much pushback with these vaccine passports and stuff. We had a few gyms, even in the city, try to sneak one out there. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that the government is playing it very safe right now, and they're throwing counter narratives. And while that's happening, you have businesses taking in their own hands that we're going to ask people for vaccines. So what's happening to those businesses? They're getting bad reviews. They're getting shamed. They're getting, full on blasted.
Yep.
So that alone, what that tells me is that from the ground level, if you're trying to make those decisions without the government's approval in the first place, you're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Next thing is the government, right? And the government sees this, and more, day by day, more people are becoming an anti-vaxxer, specifically for this vaccine, right? Yeah. You're going to see that continue. You're going to see, and the one thing I could say about Canada, as passive as we are, we're good people. Yeah. The majority of us are good people. I think we could all accept that. And I think that a lot of people, when it comes to this, the segregation aspect, when it comes to actually showing proof, when it shows to actually going down this dark road that they have planned for us, I don't feel like it'll stick for the long run. And that's my personal opinion. I think that we can manifest a better future as a collective, but obviously it starts with awareness, right? Yeah. But if I was to say people are not getting aware, I'd be stupid to say that. Because last year when I started this shit, or when we started this, right? When you even started talking about this, compare that to now, right? Yeah. After people are enjoying and going out and talking and mingling, they're like, what fucking Delta variant, right? Yeah. They're not even thinking about it, right?
Yeah. And that's why it's so important to keep the conversation going.
Yes.
Because this is not over.
Yeah. I feel like the minute we stop the conversation, they just start believing the news again and everything
this
they say.
This is not over.
Yeah. And I push people, you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, 10,000, whatever. Speak your truth. Yes. Speak up and speak your truth. People are going to love you for it. Yeah. People are going to hate you for it. But at the end of the day, you're more respected when you're someone who is honest and open about their opinions and their beliefs
100%.
Than someone who just hides behind whatever is the popular mainstream narrative. And then I think that even pushes back to when we're talking about these people with massive influence. One, it's not affecting their lives. This hasn't affected their lives. And two, they're so selfish in the sense that they don't want to lose their brand. They don't want to lose. Yeah, they don't want to lose this good brand that they have, right? Because that could fluctuate and that could fuck up their sales and that could fuck up their brand image and how their business runs. Like, obviously, I mean, we all, business owners, Ernesto and I, like, we've been fucking so vocal about this, and honestly, I don't feel like it's really affected our business. It's actually probably benefited us in a sense, because people respected that we came out, and even people that maybe didn't share the same opinion, there was always a level of respect. Like, I respect that you are putting your brand on the line and speaking your truth. Again, whether I agree or disagree. So I agree with you in the sense that from a ground level, it doesn't feel like it's sticking, but guys like us and people with smaller platforms and bigger platforms, we have to continue to speak. We have to continue to spread awareness and keep the conversation going. Whether it's some days it's going to be amazing conversation, some days it might be shitty conversation, some days you might feel great, some days you might feel like shit, you might be tired and feel like the world's against you, and some days you feel like everyone's on your side, but we have to continue this conversation. We don't move forward without it, honestly.
Absolutely.
Serge, you kept your store open, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah,
a bit.
please.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
love that.
Amazing.
Love that.
How did you decide to make that decision? What kind of feedback did you get from it? Did anything bad happen? Did anything good happen?
During the first lockdown, everybody was very concerned. Everyone was scared, including myself. I walked outside once to go to the corner store, and I came back in, jumped in the shower, left my shoes in the hallway.
Yeah.
Just like,
Cleanest man in the world.
And I remember, oh my gosh, I've got this weird headache. I've got it. But it's paranoia.
Yeah.
Anyways, we went all through that first lockdown, and then things opened up and restrictions started to ease, and then boom, all of a sudden we're in the second lockdown.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I'm not locking down.
Yeah.
I'm not locking down. I'm not going to make a huge social media post and say, hey, everybody, hey, freedom fighters, I'm open.
Yeah.
I just opened.
Yeah.
I let my VIPs know. I let my good clientele know. And they supported us.
Yeah.
They supported us throughout the whole lockdown. And without them, we would have been out of business.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So we stayed opened and we did our thing, and we did well. We did well.
Did bylaw come by at all?
Nobody came by.
Beautiful.
You did it in a cool way though. Like I saw like you didn't come out and make this big crazy post, but you like still showed like, hey, this guy came by today, this girl came by today, right?
Very
There's
smart.
people with
It was
with
like
the
nothing
bags
changed,
and stuff.
You
It felt like nothing changed. You didn't make this dramatic post, but you still showed that you guys were open.
That's
it was
right.
still very evident.
I could have easily done a post, and then the media would have emphasized that this store on Arlington is open,
Defying laws.
and then I would have received 10 million horrible Google reviews, and I would have been considered an anti-vaxxer, an anti-masker. Who else knows what they would have labeled me?
Of course.
I knew that would have been the case, and instead we kept it low key.
Yeah.
We kept our store open, and we played it safe. We followed the rules.
Yeah.
And we survived.
Yeah.
And I commend any
impressive,
business that did the same thing, that had to do what they had to do to keep their lights on and survive this government lockdown.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, was John Tory or Doug Ford going to come and give you the personal money to reopen again?
Nobody.
No, they weren't.
Nobody.
No, they weren't.
Nobody reached out from the government. I reached out to Ford multiple times. I reached out to Tory multiple times.
Nothing.
Not one response. The only person from the government I reached out to that responded to me was Roman Baber.
Yeah.
He's a G.
I met up with Roman Baber multiple times. I went to his office. He came to my store. He supported my store, and in return, I supported him. That's what community is about. And there were many businesses I supported throughout the lockdown, and they supported me back. And that's what community is about: supporting one another.
And that's real ground level work.
That's right.
Like how many stores I saw Roman Baber at, going there, supporting restaurants. You'd go there, order a ton of food, probably showed up, bought some stuff from you, did whatever.
And he's continuing to do that.
Yeah. That's real ground level work, where the guys who do have a say, Tory and Ford, what ground level work have they done?
They haven't.
What stores have they showed up to to spend money? Yeah, McDonald's. We're just
French
promoting
fries, right?
Yeah.
The French fries.
Doug Ford, instead of promoting French fries from McDonald's, he could have went to a local burger shop in the city or province once a week and promoted that burger shop. Instead, he decided to promote
that type of exposure they would get too would be make or break for them too.
It would have been amazing. There's so many things that they could have done to win over the community, and they failed to do so. They had a year and a half to promote any of these small businesses, and they didn't.
I have a question, guys. We preach a lot to do your research here and to get information on your own, to educate yourself on your own. Obviously, you guys are posting a lot. You're more so like Ontario lockdown. You're more so like the grand scheme of everything, right? So even when it comes to closer friends, relatives, we're always trying to preach our message to them, but they're just like, yo, where do you get your information from? Where are you getting your information from? Because I believe you in a way, but it's like, where are you getting this from? Right? Sure. So where do you guys get your knowledge from? Where do you guys get the content you post? And where can people kind of educate themselves a lot more?
You want to go first?
Sure. Yeah. So for me, I love Twitter. I find a lot of information on Twitter.
Okay.
I tend to stay away from Instagram. The only time I utilize Instagram is to promote facts or articles that I get off Twitter.
I was gonna say, a lot of the stuff you post is actually it's like Twitter articles and stuff.
Are you following certain accounts? Maybe like different people. How are you
I
finding?
follow certain accounts and certain news outlets.
Nice.
That's where I get the majority of my information.
And we have our community too that's sending stuff to each other all the time too, right?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the people of our city and our community, and I get a lot of information from them and real stories.
Amazing. Yeah. That's the best. That's the best you can get.
Twitter
real stories.
Yeah. Twitter is very good though. He's right. Like for me, I found that a lot of the most recent stuff, Twitter is like the best. Search up what you want, go into latest, and you'll find everybody
Search the hashtags
who's a conspiracy theorist or a researcher posting those links or those truth links. Because right now what's happening is you have big tech, whether it be Google, Facebook, censoring everything. And even if you were to search up the most basic terms, people would say, go Google it. Yeah. Google's not on your side, man. Twitter is your best bet. If you really want to dig deep, go to DuckDuckGo, right? But I found that I have a lot of good Instagram pages, and then another good thing I would recommend is going to BitChute.com. BitChute.com is a very, very good website for all banned videos. Anything that was banned on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram.
BitChute?
BitChute, BitChute.com.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Anything you guys want, I highly recommend people look up David Icke. That's one guy.
Yes.
David Icke is, I highly recommend people look that up. Another thing is just a lot of dot connecting.
Yeah.
For me, it was a lot of dot connecting this year and just seeing how things play a part. Like Rockefellers, that word has been out in everybody's head. You think about banking, you could think about families, right? The medical system. Now, one thing I would want people to search up Rockefeller Lockstep 2010, the PDF file. Yeah. It's a full blueprint of this pandemic. Wow. And what does it say in it? It starts off in China. Yeah. And that was released in 2010. Right? So these are just little things. But the thing is that being able to process information, but you have to kind of understand, first things first, the government's not on your side. Yeah. That's the number one thing.
You need to accept that
out of your head, when you get mainstream, and you guys realize black sheeps, tatted up people. Look who's talking out right now. Entrepreneurs, right? It's the people that weren't embedded in the system, walking the line. Yeah. That were able to tap out.
And we have perspective as well.
Because we have a lot of life experiences, a lot of mistakes too. Yeah. Right? But that we went the opposite direction. All of us, I could say, are black sheeps right now. Yeah. Right? But in that process, how much did we learn?
That's right.
Right? So much. And that's why we could disconnect from the matrix, which is that line that everybody just chooses to stick to, and just be able to see. Yeah. Right.
Both sides. Yeah. That's the key point, is being able to see both sides. Yeah. But BitChute, I'm interested. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And David Icke is like, go. You have to. Yeah. But cool. I'm a DuckDuckGo guy. Whatever. I pulled up some information here, but
BitChute is gold mine.
Is it like a YouTube?
Gold mine.
Is it like a YouTube sort of?
Yeah. Okay. All videos, anything you could think of, it has it.
Yeah. Beauty. Yeah. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Damn.
Well, look, I mean, we're at a point here.
I don't know if I should be scared or.
I know. Can I play one little clip? Are we about to wrap up?
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna play one little clip. This is for your viewers, and I don't have to say anything. I'm just gonna play it.
Okay.
And what is this?
We shall propose further cooperative efforts between all the nations in weather prediction and eventually in weather control.
We can control our weather.
Weather modification means, quote, any activity performed with the intention of producing artificial changes in the composition, behavior, or dynamics of the atmosphere, unquote.
So.
Okay, yeah. Context.
Search up HAARP.
HAARP.
Oh, I heard about that.
HARP, right? Yeah. So I just gave you guys JFK. Obviously, he's been assassinated. Talking about it. Yeah. I just left that there. So if people want to search that up.
Okay. No, you got to give us a context.
That's with Agenda 2030, right? Okay. So the climate change, right? So this stuff that we're heading into right now with the climate change and everything.
They can produce rain.
How much do I know? Who knows?
Yeah.
But
I see some stuff on the simulations too, like the cloud simulations, like crazy shit.
Right, but you guys got chemtrails, all this stuff. There's so much stuff.
Go.
Yeah,
but people got to be open.
We're more advanced than people even know.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more that people have no idea, what's
As humans, we are elite, and the thing is that this system that we're embedded into, just suppresses what we're actually capable of doing.
Keeps our vibrations low.
Yeah.
We want to keep our vibrations
Fear
low.
and division keeps us low.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have this podcast every year until 2030, and we keep
see,
updating.
Yeah, and see what's going on.
We keep the updates going.
No, man. Listen, guys,
Oh my
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
Pleasure. Thank you for having us, guys.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I honestly, I feel like we might get you guys back before the end of the season because a lot is gonna happen before the season ends. I think we're stepping into a pretty pivotal moment in our year. So, we'll get back to it. But
sure,
guys,
man.
appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Absolute pleasure. Great way to get the first episode going for season 4. Dean, what do you think?
We're out.
Yeah.
All
Where
right.
can everyone find you guys online? Well, we can probably find you because you're shadow
You gotta type out the whole thing.
You can find me at Sergio Senatori 1, and the rest is history.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
And exit_the matrix 2020. But you gotta search up
Got
the whole
that juicy
thing.
content. Yeah, you gotta search
Search
him
up the whole thing.
If you can't find them, I'll just send him your profile.
And I want to just do a little shout out for one of the organizations helping small businesses. So
Beautiful.
if we do actually end up in these fall lockdowns again and people are struggling, I highly recommend they reach out to weareessential.ca.
Beautiful.
I know Vlad personally, and they've been helping a lot of
Vlad, yeah.
businesses open up, show them the route, because this is coming.
Yeah.
And people need to know that, right? So if anything, tag them or whatever.
Amazing.
Yeah,
we definitely will.
that'll help them
we'll
out.
give them we'll give them a shout out
for sure.
What's the Insta?
Weareessential.ca. I'll tell.
Okay.
I'll give it to you guys. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And if I can just say something, once again, we've been locked up for a year and a half. Get outside,
Yes.
enjoy yourself, live life to the fullest like it's your last day. Get dressed up, go for a great workout, eat some good food, hang out with your friends, hug someone, kiss someone, socialize, network.
Yeah.
Just get outside,
Go
get
out,
out of your
man.
home, and just live life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
100%.
Well said,
Agreed.
Serge.
Agreed, man. Hey, yeah. Give some fucking hugs.
Yeah.
Give some
hugs are
hugs.
good.
Give
I haven't
some
seen nobody
hugs.
hugging each other. It's
Yeah.
fun.
No, we've been hugging. Give some hugs.
As
all right?
Yeah.
important as it is to get involved with social media and use your platforms, I think it's also important to get outside and be part of the community and start building the community again, because a lot of businesses have been decimated, a lot of communities have been decimated. So go outside and get involved with as many people as you can and start building again. It's time to rebuild and build this community stronger than ever it's been before. And let's all make sure that this doesn't happen again. Let's all use our voices next time. Let's all start making an impact and just really prevent this type of thing
To happen.
from happening again. It's so important for all of us to unite, whether we're all on the same page or not. Use your voice,
Yeah.
because we only have one.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
each conversation is so important, and this narrative is so vulnerable right now. Anything that happens from now to September is going to do some serious damage,
Yeah.
whether it be your family, your friends, on your social media, just even going out to a club these days, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing half the people with their masks either on their chin or not even wearing them,
Yeah.
right? What does that tell you? People are not buying most of this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a very good opportunity to just kind of do
Yeah.
what you need to do in that
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah.
Get that conversation
Yeah,
going. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
Smoking
Beauty.
patios. Come on, do it.
Yeah, no, straight up, guys. Again, thank you
Yeah.
both for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Sure,
Thank
man.
you guys.
Thank you guys.
Always a pleasure.
Great way to get into
Yeah.
season 1. And like I said, we'll see where our next little month and a half goes, and we might get to get back for
Hoping
round
for the
2.
best, man.
But guys, pleasure.
Yeah.
And we out.